Jesus paid it all to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain, he washed it white as snow.
Recently, as we're all self-isolating and social distancing due to COVID-19, we must have noticed how time is crawling and it's taking longer and longer. This often happens when we're sick or undergoing major stress as well. What seems like an hour can be found to be only a few minutes. Can we imagine how long 6 hours on the cross must have seemed to Jesus? Every second was a minute. Every minute was an hour. And every hour might have seemed like a day. Do we sometimes think about the physical torment and the tension that Christ had? But Christ, our champion, stayed strong until the end. Jesus knew that his death was now maybe just seconds away. With intense relief, Jesus uttered the confident statement, saying, "It is finished." His suffering is finished. Satan is finished. Our condemnation is finished. And death is finished. The grave is finished and hell is finished.
Matthew 27. About 3 p.m, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani," which means, my God, why have you forsaken me?" When some of those standing there heard this, they said, "He's calling to Elijah." Immediately one of them ran and got a sponge. He filled it with wine vinegar and put it on a staff and offered it to Jesus to drink. The rest said, "Now leave him alone. Let's see if Elijah comes to save him." And when Jesus had cried out again in a loud voice, he gave up his spirit. At that moment the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. The earth shook and the rocks split and the tombs broke open. The bodies of many holy people who had died were raised to life. They came out of the tombs after Jesus' resurrection and went to the holy city and appeared to many. When the centurion and those with him were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and all that had happened, they were terrified and exclaimed, "Surely he was the Son of God." The ninth hour. The ninth hour came, and Jesus shouted out, my God, why have you forsaken me? I am here, hanging on a tree." "He's calling to Elijah. Let's see what will happen. What will he do? I can't imagine." Crying out again, he gave up his spirit. The earth shook, the curtain tore in two, just as it said in the good holy book. Holy people rose. This is true. Surely he was a son. Yes, God's true son. But what has happened is now done. The Saviour has been killed. because he loved everyone. Hammer no more. Silence. Darkness fills the garden. Jesus says he is near. I feel him closing in to tempt me as the darkness grows. What I have to do, I already know. Father, take this cup from me, but not my will, your will be done. For I know, Father, it's already begun. Jesus sees bright flames fill the garden. He is met with a kiss. Jesus sees Judas's heart was already hardened. Jesus was tired, mocked and tortured. To death on a cross it was ordered. I drove the nails into him. Then that day became grim. Darkness and thunder fills the sky as God looked on his Son to die. As I drove in the last nail, I saw him exhale. As my tears wash away my blood on my hands, I saw that this was an innocent man. It was only then I began to understand. Tonight this soldier will hammer no more. Before he gave his last breath, he looked right at me. I then bowed down on my knee, shouting out, God in heaven, what have I done? Is it I that helped kill your son?